This
And
conference will now be recorded.
yeah, thank you. Welcome to the session of Fusion Financials team. Thanks for joining. So myself, I am Venkat, and I have an experience of around 10 years in the domain of Oracle Fusion. I'm sorry, Oracle financial applications, and I have been in the domain of Oracle applications right from their Oracle 11A release. So I have been to different releases and different phases of this evaluation of Oracle applications financial product, right from the 11A release 12, and now in Fusion. Uh, and I also have been taking care of the corporate trainings usually as a part of my job for almost more than 4 years, and I also have been doing this online and offline trainings for more than 3 years, especially in Fusion Financials. So there's a quick background of myself, and before we go ahead and see what is there in our agenda for today, I just would like to give you a quick introduction on some generic points, or some basic points where most of the participants will be having a query when they are joining in a course, any course for that matter. Okay, I just would like to start with the course coverage, and I'll also mention the functional background, or functional point of view that is going to be covered, and what are going to be the prerequisites for this particular course. So as far as the course coverage is concerned, this course is majorly been designed for financial applications, and financial applications tight integration with other subledger and other Oracle applications like order management or purchasing or inventory. During the part of P2P and O2C cycles, there will be some tight integration will be required. We'll be discussing about that anyway in our coming sessions. So majorly, the classes or the training will be focused upon the financial applications of Oracle Fusion and the tight integration with other applications too. So where and when we are integrating with other applications, I'll try to cover some basics and which are required enough to do the data integrity between the two applications. And this course is also being majorly prepared and designed from the point of view of a financial functional consultant basically. So whatever that is required to possess in order to be a financial functional consultant or a member of a financial functional team in an organization, it will be covered in this particular course. And as I mentioned about financial functionality, I also would like to bring about financial technical, or technical consultants role in ERP applications, or ERP implementations. Majorly, there will be two different roles in any ERP. There is functional team and a technical team, along with, of course, TBA team. So functional team is a kind of team which interacts with the business and gather the business requirement, understand the business requirement, and map that business requirement with product features and facilities, and identifies the gap, address the gap with any possible customizations where and when it is required. So it is typically a kind of a solution designing team that a functional consulting team or functional team is, whereas a technical team will majorly be taking care of any form personalizations or web-based personalizations or report personalizations, or if we are doing any customization, there will be a possible requirement to go and touch the code and do some customizations as per the business requirement. So in order to facilitate such sort of customizations and personalizations, technical team will pitch in and they will facilitate their services in order to get the requirement done. So that is the requirement, that is the role of a technical team, which is very limited. And whereas this course is majorly been focusing about the functional role and functional area of a business, where there will be a vast scope in any organization for this ERP implementation teams. And also, I would like to cover about the prerequisites for this particular course, but I would say that there is no prerequisite at all in order to pursue this particular course. If at all the candidate or a student is willing enough to spend a good amount of time and practice on day-to-day, daily basis about the topics that have been covered, and try to correlate those topics with the real-time or real-life scenarios, and implement those scenarios in the application, that would be great enough for any student to enhance himself or excel himself in the application knowledge in the area of functionality. So that would be great enough. No any specific prerequisite would be required. As I said, this is going to be a functional course or functional training. There is no need of any languages or programming languages background is also required. Even BTech background would not be required for this particular course, honestly speaking. So there is a quick background about the basics that are required for this course and what we are going to cover. And before we proceed ahead with our agenda, I just would like to check with you if you have any questions or queries during our presentation or during our day-to-day course. Also, you can just raise your voice. You can stop me and ask me there and then itself, so that I'll try to address the query there and then itself. I hope that is clear and everybody is feeling enough to participate actively during the conversations. Okay, team. I just would like to hear from someone or the other. I hope that is fine with you, everyone, and thinking that it is okay for you. I'm just going to proceed ahead with our agenda for today, and let us get this started. So I hope everyone is able to see my screen. If anybody is having any difficulty, kindly do let me know, and kindly do acknowledge if you are able to see the screen or not.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, okay then. So as far as the agenda for today's demo session is concerned, we are going to discuss about what exactly is Oracle Fusion Applications is, and how Oracle Fusion Applications is different to Oracle EBS application, which is a previous version or earlier version from the same product maker Oracle, and one of the successful ERP products in the market of ERP as well. And we are also going to cover about different cloud options that Oracle is going to provide to their customers in order to leverage the access to their data storage servers. We'll see that one too. And we are also going to cover the Fusion architecture and the data flow from application layer to database layer through middleware layer. And we are going to cover about the new features in Fusion applications, and we'll be ending up by taking a quick look at what is going to be our curriculum throughout the course of this Oracle Fusion functional training. Okay, so let's get this started with starting with what is Oracle Fusion applications exactly is. So if anybody is having a background of IT here, they would have come across these terms, or they would have heard these applications during their regular day-to-day operations also. So if you take a look at this different here, these are all different products like PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, Hyperion, Sable CRM, Primavera, from different vendors earlier. These were all different products from different vendors earlier. But actually, though these are all different products from different vendors, all these products were having a unique identification in the market, especially in their respective functional domain or in their respective functional area. So if you take a look at PeopleSoft, actually PeopleSoft is well known and well used in the market for its human resource and HCM solutions. For the applications which deals with the human resources operations in an organization. Most of the organizations will prefer to go with PeopleSoft solutions, as PeopleSoft is expertise in providing the best practices of human resource management. Likewise, if you take a look at JD Edwards, though they are providing solutions in all the other areas of ERP, like financials, like HRMS, but JD Edwards is well known for its solutions and its expertise in the area of supply chain management, especially in the modules like purchasing, order management, inventory, bills of material, work in progress. JD Edwards is dominating in the market in order to, as their ability to provide the best solution in that particular respective area. Likewise, Siebel CRM is widely used for CRM solutions in the market, and this is one of the major CRM tool for a long time. This is not a very new tool in the market. You would have heard this one if you're in the IT. And Hyperion is one of the major successful reporting tool, especially in the area of finance. Hyperion is well known for financial reporting purposes across different domains and across different areas of the business. And Primavera is one of the successful tools in the market for its solution ability in the area of project portfolio management. The reason that I have been mentioning about all these different products instead of Oracle applications or instead of especially about Oracle Fusion is, as I said earlier, although these products were belonging to different vendors earlier, later all these products have been acquired by Oracle Corporation. Now all these products are part of Oracle Corporation itself, and Oracle owns these products now. The reason being, even though Oracle is having one of the leading ERP tools in the market, which is Oracle Application Suite. Here in my slide, you can see that as a second point, Oracle Application Suite, which is a own product of Oracle, which has been developed by Oracle itself and marketed and well marketed, and one of the successful tools in the market as well. Even though Oracle is having this particular ERP tool, this particular ERP application is having its limitation in few areas of the business, like supply chain, like human resource management. So even though this Oracle Apps EBS tool is well recognized in the markets for its financial solution ability, and in order to successfully able to address the solutions in the area of finance, it is having few limitations in the other functional areas, as I said, like supply chain management modules and human resource management modules. So after observing the trends in the market and seeing that other products, small products like PeopleSoft and JD Edwards have been doing well in the market, so what Oracle did is they have started acquiring the companies slowly, one by one, over a period of time. So now Oracle has made all of these products under as their own products, and they brought them under the same umbrella, and they have come up with a new concept called as Oracle Fusion, combining the best practices from different products of all these ones. So it is something like Oracle Fusion application is not just a single application, so it is a combination or consolidation of different practices from the different applications. As I said, if you take a look at financial solutions, the financial solutions has been taken or adopted from Oracle Application Suite itself. If you take a look at the SCM solutions, the solutions for order management, purchasing, inventory, like that, it has been adopted based upon the practices of JD Edwards. Likewise, the HRMS solutions has been brought up and taken up from PeopleSoft, and financial reporting solutions has been adopted from Hyperion. CRM solutions has been adopted from CBIL, likewise for Primavera for project portfolio management. So by consolidating all these different products that Oracle is having, they have come up with a concept called as Oracle Fusion applications, which is providing the best solutions in different business areas, which has been adopted and taken from different solution providers earlier, which later has been acquired by Oracle. So as I said, it is a consolidation of different practices of the business, like HRMS from PeopleSoft, supply chain management from JD Edwards, financial reporting from Hyperion, customer relationship management from CBIL, product portfolio management from Primavera. Anyway, Oracle Applications owns the own product of Oracle Applications. So the financial solutions has been adopted and observed from Oracle Applications itself. So this is the quick background about Oracle, what Oracle Fusion exactly is. So anybody is having any questions on this regards? Or is it clear for you all to understand what exactly is Oracle Fusion is?
No, from my side.
Okay, Kiran, thank you. Anything from anybody else? Rohit, Sai, Sai Ram Reddy, we have other participants as well. I just would like to hear from them too.
Yeah, it's
clear.
all right.
Okay. I hope it is clear to everybody, and that is making me to jump on to my second topic, that is about the differences between Oracle EBS and Oracle Fusion. So when I said about Oracle EBS and Oracle Fusion, I'm not exactly referring to the functional differences or the functional advancements. I just would like to bring one point here, that Oracle Fusion applications is a cloud-based application which runs on as internet as a source, whereas the previous versions of Oracle, like Oracle E-Business Suite, be it is 11i or R12, they were all on-premise applications. Let us see what exactly is an on-premise is, and let us see what exactly is a cloud is, and how different that cloud solutions are to that are from on-premise solutions. So when you talk about on-premise solutions, so on-premise solutions are something like installing an applications in your own computer. So those who are having the background of IT would have definitely gone through or observed a room called as a server room or a network room in any organization, where all the servers, databases, and network related things will be installed and set up in one particular room, and usually others and those who are not into that particular team will not be allowed any access to that particular room. So typically what happens in an on-premise environment is usually clients, companies, any company will purchase a server, they will install that particular server, and they will maintain that particular server, and they'll try to increase the database capacity based upon the requirement, and they will purchase an application, they will install that particular application in their database or in their server, and they will try to establish a connectivity of that application to all the systems in an office, to all the desktops or laptops in an office with the help of networking team. So if you take a look at this, there will be a lot of physical activity involved, and there will be a lot of cost involved, there will be a lot of risk involved, and there will be a lot of human energy and engagement is involved in on-premise basis. So we have, a company has to take care of each and everything, each and every component that if they would like to start an application, if they would like to start any operations based upon an application, they have to do all these things in an on-premise. A database installation, a server installation, everything has to be managed by them, and they have to keep a specific team called as DBA team in order to take care of the DBA requirements, and networking team in order to facilitate all the networking related things required to an office in order to get the respective application to connect it to a respective team in a respective account based upon the requirement, and likewise security also has to be taken care by them, which is one of the limitations, I would say, as far as the on-premise practices are concerned, which has been overcome in the practices of cloud. So when you take a look at the cloud services, when you take a look at the cloud operations or cloud services are majorly like, run based out of virtual servers. So when I said virtual servers, it doesn't mean that the servers doesn't exist, or they'll be on fly, something like that. As I said, that Oracle Corporation has acquired so many companies like PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, Hyperion, and all. Oracle also has entered into the business of cloud computing. So you would have been hearing this term cloud computing from the past one and a half year to two and a half years span about the cloud computing and all, as most of the companies would like to take their operations run based upon the internet itself. So among other major cloud computing companies like AWS or Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure, now Oracle Corporation is also one of the cloud computing companies which is leveraging their customers on cloud-based servers or cloud-based applications. So what happens usually in a cloud-based companies is, they will own a huge server, and they will establish a huge server in some part of the world, and they will try to categorize that server, or differentiate that server into small portion of numerous servers, n number of servers. They'll try to categorize, and they'll try to rent their servers, rent that small portion of servers to one particular customer in order to leverage their application installations or database installations, applications accessing, something like that. So as I have shown in this particular diagram, one mega server, a giant server, virtual server will be categorized into different servers, and these small servers or different servers will be assigned or will be allocated to a particular customer in order to serve their application and server related and database related needs. So there is one of the major advantage of virtual servers, which is a key for cloud computing as well, where the operations can be performed over an air without having a physical act, without having any physical establishment of server in our own organizations itself. So let us see those things in detail. So as I said, in cloud server, virtual servers are the major concept, where the servers will be connected to different users or different applications just as internet as a source, and the same server can be accessed with any device just with a click of login ID and password. If you're taking a subscription for that particular application from the product maker, and if you're having the login credentials with you, you're good to go and log in and access that application and do the required operations for your business and get the thing done wherever you are. That is one of the major advantage which on-premise practices are having a limitation to. And also one of the advantages for cloud servers is, cloud servers are auto upgradable. So when I say auto upgradable, what I meant is, so even though a company is owning a physical server, if there is a new feature or new facility that has come into the market after some period of time, and if the company would like to own that feature and make their server run faster, or get the access done quicker for their employees, for the teams in their organization, again they have to spend some more amount of money in order to get the licenses of the new feature and make them installed in their server and get the access done again with their own DBA team, where they may not be well aware of. That is one of the limitations of on-premise servers, which is not a limitation in the aspect of cloud servers. So cloud servers, if you're taking a subscription for a product in cloud server on cloud basis, the application will be auto upgraded based upon the new releases. So whenever there is a release coming or releasing by the product owner, your application will also be auto upgraded by the client itself. Again, that depends upon the subscription that we are going to take from the customer, like different cloud models that company Oracle Corporation or any cloud computing companies will offer to their customers. We will see those different options also in detail, but this is the major difference between Oracle Fusion applications and EBS application, as Fusion is completely an on cloud-based server, whereas an EBS is an on-premise server. So entire EBS application has been run on-premise, whereas the Fusion is going to run and is going to perform its operation on cloud. So is that clear for you all, or do you have any questions or clarifications needed on that end? Hello? I hope I'm making you all clear in the aspects of cloud computing and on-premise. I'm sorry, in the aspects of cloud server accessing and on-premise accessing, especially the differences between Oracle Fusion Cloud and Oracle EBS, which was an on-premise. If anybody is having an question or query on this regard, you can raise your voice. Else, we will proceed ahead with our further topics in our agenda.
Yeah, nothing on my side. Please go ahead.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. So, so as I was mentioning about the different cloud options that a Oracle Corporation provide, we'll just take a look at the different cloud options that Oracle is providing to their customers. Okay, so when you're talking about the cloud options, there are majorly 3 different cloud options that will be provided by any cloud computing company, like SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. So SaaS is nothing but software as a service, and PaaS is nothing but platforms as a service, and IaaS is nothing but infrastructure as a service. So we'll take a look at these, these things in detail and try to understand what are all the different things involved in these different options that the Oracle Corp is providing. So when you take a look at SaaS, which is software as a service, we can take a subscription from the Oracle Corporation and we can start using the application then itself. So it is as simple as recharging your any of your phones and start using the facilities then itself. So if you have taken a subscription and the Oracle Corporation has provided you the subscription for the number of users that you have specified, and if you get your login credentials from the Oracle Corporation, then you are good to log in with your credentials and start operating right then itself. You don't have to spend any more time. You don't have to wait for anything else on the particular practices of SaaS. So it is something like just go get it and start using the practices, start leveraging the application for your functionality. That is the major advantage of SaaS. And when you take a look at the customizations on SaaS, I will detailedly discuss about what is a customization and what is a standard products also in our ongoing sessions. But in order to understand the differences between these cloud platforms, I just would like to brought in that customization thing into the picture, where most of the companies would like to customize their ongoing activities, or customize their reports in order to facilitate their market specific requirements or business specific requirements. So in order to do customizations, a company is supposed to own a practice on that particular application, and few experts would be required in order to customize the functional requirement and facilitate the requirement along with the standard functionality. So even though if a customer is taking any subscription of SaaS, the customer is allowed to do a customization for their reports, not for their functionality, but for their reports. As far as the reports customization is concerned, as reports will be varying from company to company, from country to country, from region to region, like APAC model reports, or EMEA model reports, or Americas model reports, as they'll be varying from company to company and country to country. Reports customizations can be done very easily with the help of in SaaS subscription. Also, there won't be any additional charges required for reports customization. And third-party integration is also possible with SaaS customization. I will discuss this third-party integration also in detail in our coming classes as well. So to give you a quick understanding about third-party integration, in order to get any business ongoing data from a different application which is other than Oracle applications, we may need to interact with the third-party applications, especially if you take a look at the banks. If you are working in a company and an organization, and if you would like to exchange information with your banker in order to make a payment, or in order to get a payment from the customer, you definitely need you need to interact with the bank, and you need to establish a connectivity between your application and banker's application as well, with the help of SOA, in order to exchange the data on day-to-day basis, which usually happens in any financial-based companies as well. So in order to do such kind of third-party integrations, SaaS kind of subscription will do and support the third-party application integration as well. So these are some of the major advantages, that as the option is completely been driven by the client, as we will be using most of the standard functionalities that the Oracle Corp is going to provide. So whenever the application functionalities are upgraded, or whenever the Oracle Corp has come up with a new version of functionalities, our applications and our features will also be upgraded automatically along with the new features in the market. That is one of the major advantage. And DBA support will be covered by the subscription itself, and Oracle Corporation will only take care of that DBA support as well. So there will be some limitations in SaaS kind of subscription as well, which we will discuss later in our coming slides itself, not in later sessions too. Let us take a look at this PaaS model of subscription, or PaaS model of option. So platforms as a services option is something like where Oracle provides a platform which allows for any customization of our application functionality as well. So which is nothing but, in PaaS model, application functionality can also be customized by the company itself. Again, as far as the customization is concerned, Oracle Corporation will not be responsible for the customization, and Oracle Corporation will not do the customization as well. Customization has to be done by our own development team, and we only has to perform and implement the customizations in our application. But if you, as far as the DBA support and DBA operations is concerned, Oracle Corporation will provide, but the development team support for customization, it will not be covered under the subscription of PaaS. There is one major difference between SaaS and PaaS. So as I said, the customizations will be performed by the company, and so the product will not be completely owned by Oracle Corporation. So there is no auto upgradation possibility for PaaS model, which is nothing but whenever there is a new release, our applications, or our subscription, if we are taking a subscription PaaS model, will not be upgraded with the latest features in the market. We have to again do that upgradation separately with the product maker. That is with PaaS. So when you talk about IaaS, infrastructure as a service, it is something like where all your applications has to be managed by yourself. It is like you can install an application which is not even a product of Oracle as well. You can take some other third-party application also into IaaS model, and you can install that application in IaaS model, and you can start integrating that application with our Oracle application standard products and start doing the operation. So it is as simple as cloud computing in IaaS model, which is nothing but the product owner is just giving you enough space to install your application and perform the operations. So that is the major thing in IaaS model, which we will see in detail in our coming slides. Yeah, so this is a SaaS model as we discussed earlier. The standard product product accessibility will be given by the product maker, which is Oracle Corporation. So the standard functionality will be available for our functional people in order to perform our functional operations and get the things done on our ongoing business activities. And functional customizations will not be allowed in SaaS model, as the model and application is completely owned by them. As far as this subscription is concerned, functional customizations cannot be done. But whereas report customizations can be done and third-party integrations can be done, and as I said, auto upgradation will be taken care by the product owner itself. Whenever there is a new release, our applications will also be upgraded with the latest features of the application. And there will be a continuous support from the Oracle's DBA team in order to get anything done as far as the applications limitations is concerned in our SaaS model. So the server maintenance, storage, network, OS and middleware, and package software, everything will be taken care by the product owner itself in SaaS model. And yeah, when you take a look at the PaaS model, platforms as a service model, so standard product will anyway be provided by the company, by the organization, by the Oracle Corporation, and functional customizations can be performed by the company itself, by our company itself. Product owner will not be responsible for functional customizations, but report customizations can be done and third-party integrations can be done. As we are customizing the application, as we are not using the standard application as it is and customizing it as per our business needs in order to leverage our business requirements, Oracle Corporation is not responsible for auto upgradation and they will not perform any auto upgradation also in PaaS model. So there is a major difference between SaaS and PaaS, whereas in SaaS, it will be a standard application with auto upgradation feature, whereas in PaaS, it will be a standard application along with the facility to do the customizations for the functionality, so there will not be any auto upgradation. And likewise in IaaS, Internet as a Service, as I said, even a third-party application can also be installed and implemented and can also be integrated with our ongoing financial or supply chain applications in Oracle applications. So there is a major difference between these three different options that Oracle Corporation is providing. So whenever we are implementing Oracle Fusion Financials or any financial modules to a client, first of all, we have to let the client know about these practices, about these options that Oracle Corporations provide, and make them take a decision about the subscription, whichever is convenient and comfortable for their operations. So this is a overall and a high-level look of the responsibilities taken in different models of SaaS, PaaS, and infrastructure, and likewise in on-premise. So if you take a look at this on-premise, everything has to be maintained and managed by you. Applications has to be installed and maintained by you. The data in that application has to be done by you. Runtime has to be taken care by you. Middleware requirements, OS requirements, virtualization requirements, server things, storage things, network things, everything has to be taken care by you in on-premise model, which was a model earlier in EBS times, something like that. As I said, the company has to purchase a server, they have to install that server, install an application in that server, do the network connectivity things, and get the work done from their employees. So that is the model of on-premise. So in PaaS, SaaS, and IaaS, let us take a look from SaaS model itself. So if you take a look at these operations, standard operations, all these operations will be taken care by the Oracle Corp itself. That in SaaS, whereas in PaaS, applications and data will be maintained and managed by you. As I said, the customization will be allowed in PaaS model, and whereas the rest of the things will be managed and maintained by Oracle Corporation itself. So whereas in infrastructure as a service, the companies will be has to manage some other load of data as well, which by taking care of the applications, data, runtime, applications, middleware, operating system that is required for the applications, and connectivity issues, and has to be taken care by the company. Whereas Oracle Corporation will provide a support for these virtualizations, servers, and storage related activities and all. So this is the high level and detailed discussion about the three different practices and three different models, three different offerings from Oracle Corporation in cloud computing. So is anybody having any query on that? Or do you need any further clarification on this regards? I would like to hear from someone. So is it clear for you guys? Is it understandable the differences between SAS, PaaS, and IaaS? And yeah, go ahead, Kiran. Okay, I will take that as S and proceed ahead with our next slide. Okay, so this is going to be the architecture of Oracle Fusion Financials, or for that matter, Oracle Fusion operations for that instance. So far we have seen what is Oracle Fusion and how Oracle Fusion is different to Oracle EBS, and what is on-premise and what is cloud. And we also have discussed about the cloud, three different cloud models like SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. So now let us take a look at the architecture of our Oracle Fusion. So if you take a close look at this architecture diagram, at a very first level, at a very high level, application layer will be there, where all our day-to-day applications will be installed and will be given an access to the users at this higher level itself. Whereas in middle level, there will be a layer called as middleware layer, which establishes the connectivity between application layer and database layer, and which also helps us in connecting to the other third-party applications as well, that middleware layer will take care of. And at the bottom level, at the ground level, database layer will be there, where all our day-to-day operations and data and applications will be stored at and will be accessed from. So if you take a look at this first level application level layer, all our applications will be installed and will be maintained from this application layers itself. So the applications like there will be different application families like customer relationship management applications and financial management applications, HRMS applications, or procurement applications and PPM applications. All these applications will be there. So if you take a look at the product offerings from different applications, it will be like if you take a look at if you take an example of customer relationship management, which interacts with the customers on daily basis in order to enhance the customer connectivity to the business and increase the sale and marketing abilities of a business. So the applications like the offerings like sales, marketing, customer data hub, and enterprise contacts will be managed through customer relationship management application. And if you take a look at financial applications, all the operations related to finance from different modules of AP, AR, GLFA, and CM, which we will discuss detail in our course, will be accessed and maintained from these financial applications along with the accounting hub. And if you take a look at the offerings of human capital management, the offerings like compensation management or workforce management, whichever is required for any organization to maintain an employee information right from an employee joining day, right from the inception of an employee to the exit of an employee. All that information will be tracked and managed in same applications and with these practices. So the procurement offerings will be maintained and tracked under the procurement application under the umbrella of supply chain management, and project related information will be maintained with project portfolio management application, which has been adapted from Primavera practices. So likewise, we have different applications in order to serve the different areas of our business, which falls under this application layer in our architecture, which get interacted to database layer with the help of middleware along with the security connectivities, which will be taken care by the DBA. So that is the high level intro on architecture of Fusion. If you have any queries on this regards to, please pose it. So that will be the major thing that I would like to cover for today. But before closing the session, I just would like to take you guys through the course curriculum that has been planned for this course. But before the course curriculum itself, let us start my presentation here itself, just for the time being, and let me just hear it from you guys. Let me just hear it from you and see whether you are able to catch up with this training, whether you are able to differentiate between on-premise and on cloud. So I just would like to hear from you guys. So do you have any queries or clarifications needed about the course, about the presentation, about anything related to the course? You can post me. Hello? Hello team. I really recommend you guys to be interactive, be open for any questions or any discussions in the session, so that it will be very fruitful for every one of us, especially for the participants all. Uh, if you have any open questions, please be the forum is open to address them. Or shall we just discuss about the course curriculum also and have these discussions later?
Hi, Venkat.
Hi, yeah, hi, Kiran, tell me.
Sriram.
Yes, Sriram, sorry,
Actually,
tell me.
it's okay. Yeah, it's we are on cloud. It's more about like fusion is more about like what is that? I didn't see the screen. I forgot to remember. Like
Okay, on cloud.
Yeah, it is not on premise, right? The cloud fusion is not on premise, right?
No, Fusion is not on-premise actually. There were
Yeah.
offerings from Oracle Corporation that Fusion was also running on on-premise basis earlier, whereas now Oracle Corporation is not suggesting or recommending any of their customers to go with the on-premise model of Fusion. As far as the Fusion applications is concerned, the releases or the upgrades of the Fusion is quite often. Like for each and every quarter, the Oracle Corporation is coming up with a new release or with a new functionality or with a new feature which is enhancing the business functionality and the application capability as well. So as Oracle Corporation is rapidly adopting the changes in the market across all the countries in the globe, and incorporating those practices in the applications on frequent basis, Oracle Corp is not recommending any of their customers going forward to go with the on-premise model of Fusion. Earlier, when Fusion has been initially started 3 years ago, something like that, there was an offering from Oracle Corporation stating that Fusion can also be installed in the on-premise, whereas now I think that offering is no more valid, and Oracle Corporation is not recommending as well, and it will not be recommended for any consultant as well if you take a look at the point of view of a functional solution architect, because everybody would like to have an application which is stable and which can provide solutions to all of their issues which they have been facing in an organization. That is what anybody who is buying the product will also expect. Whereas if the company is coming up with the new releases on a regular basis, so that on-premise practices will not be recommended for Fusion.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Anyone else? Any other questions about on-premise, or about in general about Oracle applications, or have you guys ever heard about Oracle applications? Or shall we just proceed ahead with our final topic of today and discuss these things later? Okay, I'll just take that as yes and proceed ahead with the presentation of the course curriculum which has been planned for this batch. Just a minute. Yeah, I hope everybody is being able to see my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as the course curriculum is concerned, as I said earlier, this course is majorly been intended for Oracle Fusion Financials from the viewpoint of a financial functional consultant. So whatever the topics or whatever the areas that are required in order to be in a team of financial team, or in order to aspire to be a financial consultant, it will be covered in our course. So all the core financial modules majorly will be covered. When I said core financial modules, I'm referring to the core financial modules like general ledger, account payables, account receivables, cash management, and fixed assets. These 5 are called core financial modules. So besides these core financial modules, I will also cover the modules from supply chain management, the modules like purchasing, the modules like order management and inventory, where and when it is required, especially when we are doing the practices of P2P cycle and O2C cycle. P2P is procure to pay and O2C is order to cash. You will see in detail about the things about these cycles also in detail in our coming sessions of the course. So majorly So as far as the Fusion functional setup manager, which is a kind of centralized setup manager for Fusion is concerned, this is where we will be creating the user, and we will be leveraging the user with the different offerings and options based upon the roles and responsibilities that the user is belonging to. So here in this Oracle Fusion functional setup manager, we will do all the sort of setups that are required, and we will do the basic setups that are required for an accessing is also concerned, and accessing will also be controlled from FSM itself, functional setup manager. So whereas in Oracle account payables, this is one of the major modules of Fusion in financials. We will be doing first of all, we'll be doing the basic setups that are required for account payables, like the basic setups like business units creation and assigning the BUs for different roles and responsibilities, and creating the users, and doing the setups like invoice setups and options like payment options, and defining the payment terms, creating the suppliers, and creating the banks. Whatever the P2P stuff or procure to pay related stuff is required in order to perform an account payable operations, it will be done in account payables. And then we will be moving on to the transactions creation, and we will also see what are all the possible transactions that can be created in account payables. So majorly account payables is used to track the payables of an organizations, where whenever we purchase something from a supplier, we are supposed to make a payment to that particular supplier. So that creating a payable invoice to a supplier, and based upon the payment terms, performing the payments to that supplier, and doing the remittance, whichever is required, and exchanging the same information with cash management application for bank statement reconciliation, and exchanging the same information with general ledger for the purpose of reports. These are the major operations of account payables, and the same will be performed during the run of transactions also. And we'll also see what are all the different invoices that Oracle Corporation provides. Which is a standard invoice or debit memo, credit memo invoices. All those standard things will be covered too. And when you take a look at the account receivables, the basic setups required like system options, transaction types, transaction sources, auto accounting, and auto invoicing as well, and creating the system cycles for dunning letters, and creating a memo lines for memo lines, and receivable activities, and creating the receipt classes and receipt methods in order to perform the receipts. So we'll do all the basic setups, and then we will jump on to the transaction creation, and we will see the creation of each and every transaction, and create a receipt for the transaction, and apply the receipt for the transaction again. So we will try to cover the full cycle, right from the inception of an AR transaction to the closing of an AR transaction. Likewise in AP, right from the inception of an AP transaction to the closure of an AP transaction. So when you take a look at general ledger, which is a key financial module for any organization, where most of the financial related setups will be done at. So the setups like your chart of account, setups like your primary ledger, setups like your legal entity, setups like your accounting calendars and currencies, all those sort of major setups will be performed in general ledger. We will also see how to do that setups, and what is the significance of each and every setup also, and how operations or transactions will be affected if a setup is missing. Also we will cover, and we will perform some standard transactions in general ledger in order to see how a general entry will be created and posted. And besides that, we'll also see the high-level transactions like consolidation, translation, revaluation, and billing process also will be covered in general ledger as well. So when you talk about cash management application will majorly be used in order to perform the bank statement reconciliation whenever you are interacting with a bank, be it is for payment or receipt. Just like we are getting our bank statements from the banker in the form of mini statement or in the form of periodical statements. Banks also will provide statements to their corporate clients on regular day-to-day businesses, which will be reconciled in this cash management application. And we will see what are all the standard setups that are required to perform a bank statements reconciliation, be it is within AP or in AR. And when you take a look at fixed assets, this module is majorly intended to track, create, maintain, and track your assets in an organization. So whenever an organization is purchasing an asset, how that asset will be added in our assets book, how an asset can be added in our asset book, how depreciation and tax will be calculated on that asset book, and how the depreciation and tax calculations will be again exchanged with general ledger module in order to perform the standard financial reports will also be covered. So as I said, besides these core financial applications, I will be covering the standard and basic basic setups and basic transactions in supply chain management applications also, as we will be seeing the standard cycle level operations in P2P or in O2C, which we will see in detail in our course. So besides these standard course curriculum, based upon the time permission, we will also see and cover the advanced topics of fusion practices as well. So that is the major agenda, and that is the major intent for today's demo session, team. And I just would like to stop the presenting here itself now, and I just would like to hear from you guys for your any questions or clarifications required regarding this course, regarding the course curriculum, or regarding anything about the presentation that we have gone through for today. Hi team, any queries, any questions for anybody?